Hello viewers, since most of you were curious to know how I managed to buy the BMW, I thought I would make a video and share it with you all. But honestly, I don't really know how many would find it really interesting. But if this video is able to help at least one person with his or her planning, then I think it's a win for me. The very common question that I used to get from people is how much was the down payment and how much is the EMI. But I think getting straight into the numbers does not really make any sense because that would still leave lots of open questions behind, like how to make arrangements for the down payment and also how to plan all the EMIs. So I think we can get into those at the end of this video. Nowadays, if you look around, you will find so many youngsters with multiple luxury cars, and I'm sure that they all will have a story to tell when asked. So when you're living in a society like that, I don't think I've achieved something, and I strongly believe that this is something that everybody can do. But I can definitely say that it really boosts the confidence, especially when you're buying something with your hard-earned money. That thing itself is very precious and becomes special to you. See, there are ways out there through which you can earn money in a very short time. For example, share market. But you have to understand that you will also end up losing money in it if you don't really understand how the share market works. So there is this risk always involved when it comes to the share market, and not really just the share market, but any faster means of earning money. There is always risk involved in it. So I did not invest in any of the faster means, not because I was not interested in it, but I always do not get into stuffs which I don't really understand. I would definitely try out all these things in the future because I love to learn new things. But till now, what I've followed is the conventional way of saving. I know that it's not a faster way, but it definitely is a safer way of saving money. Because my situation was different. I had my own commitments and I never had the luxury to take any risk. So my family was not in a position to help me financially with my studies, so I had to avail educational loan, and that taught me a lesson or two about being responsible. And the very thought of having that much debt really had a serious effect on me, and from there I decided to save. So when I started earning, all I did was save and save. So saving money means making lots of sacrifices, and I loved gadgets and automobiles, and I'm really crazy about them, and I always wanted or had the temptation to buy whatever is new in the market, be it the mobile phones, be it bike or car, whatever. And I always used to envy my friends who used to spend money getting all those stuffs they wanted and really enjoying their life. And I, on the other hand, was using a second-hand Nokia phone which my father gave me in 2007. And in 2015, one of my friends, after getting bored with using an iPhone 5C, gave that to me, which I continued to use for another 5 years. I always used to wait for the public transport because I don't want to spend money on cabs or auto rickshaws. I did not buy a bike for myself. I could have bought whatever I wanted, but I wanted really something special, something that's worth all the effort that I've put in, and something that can compensate for all the sacrifices that I've made. And after marriage, my wife joined my quest. She completely understood what I'm up to and provided me with all the support that I needed. Her situation was also not better than mine. She also had to fight her way up in life. Being the only earning member in the family, she had to take care of her family also. We avoided spending money on those things which we thought are not necessities during that time, like frequent trips, lunch or dinner outings, movies, etc. We never spent too much money on that, and we were really okay with it because we had a bigger dream in front of us, and we were totally focused on achieving that. When it comes to work, both of us work really hard. We take work too seriously. We always used to prioritize work above anything else. We all know that you need to perform consistently to reap the benefits every year, and we have never failed to do that. Another important factor is being independent, and by that I'm not talking about just the financial independence, but also the independence in decision making. I never used to involve anybody else in my decision making. There are reasons for that. One, there is always less confusion when you do that, and two, if something goes wrong, then it's totally on you. There is nobody else to blame. And three, when you're making the decision, you will try to get to the bottom of it. You will try to understand everything, and then only you will get into it. So there is always some learning involved in it, which I always like. So far it had really worked out for me, and I hope it stays that way going forward. I was not just saving for buying the car, but I also had other wishes and commitments to fulfill. And after marriage, we booked an apartment, and that is where we are staying right now. We also closed out our educational loans. We had some other commitments in the family which we had to take care of, and after making sure that everything is settled, I decided to go ahead and make my big dream come true, and that is buying the BMW. And of course, yes, finally in December 2021, I bought a mobile phone for myself, and this one right here is what I bought. Now coming back to the down payment, EMI and the tenure. So my down payment, EMI or the tenure is not going to help any of you because our situations are different. But all I can say is, when you plan to make a down payment, not just for the car, be it anything, be it a home that you are planning to buy, when you make that down payment, just make sure that you have enough reserve fund with you that can get you through the next 1 year, even if your source of income stops. This is the emergency fund you should always keep with you. When the down payment is made, then comes the EMI, and most of us at this point will be having multiple EMIs running. So you should be spending maximum of 1/3 of your total income towards all the EMIs, not just one, so that you can make use of the rest of the portion to take care of your daily expenses. You can invest, you can save, and be in a safer place. Also make sure that you have life and medical insurance coverage for you and also your family members. That would really help you at the time of emergencies related to medical situations. So let me reiterate, there is no right or wrong in this. I'm not saying that whatever I'm doing is the right way to do it. This is the way which I think had worked out for me. Many of you might even think that why would you waste a decade's time saving and sacrificing so much? Why not spend 2 years trying to learn a faster means and then achieve everything immediately? But yeah, that's in a way true. Yes, it might even work for some of you guys, but for me the situation was different. I thought this is the best way to do it because first thing, I had no financial support. The second thing, I had commitments. I thought it's not wise for me to take any risk at that point in time. It only made sense for me to save and solve the problems at hand. I hope you all are getting what I'm trying to say here, right? And yeah, that's all I wanted to share. Hope it made sense for at least some of you, and apologies if I had bored you guys to death, but you should know that you guys asked for it. Until we meet next time with not so boring video, it's bye bye from me, and take care everyone.